I call the member for Lyons.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Some of you may have noticed on the weekend that there was a change of government in my home state of Tasmania. And after 16 years, Deputy Speaker, the Labor government has been finally moved on into a place where I hope they remain for many years to come. The last 4 years, we've had the double whammy of Labor in government by virtue of the Greens' support, and the damage that has been done to my state in the last 4 years is frankly palpable. It was made worse by the fact that in the federal arena also we had a federal government that was beholden to the support of the Greens and independents that was, quite frankly, for my state, a disaster. And I was so pleased the other day when I came across this document that I hadn't seen until only quite recently the other day, which was a document that talks about the first 100 days, the implementation plan for the incoming Hodgman Liberal government. And it makes very interesting reading, Deputy Speaker, and it talks about the plan to deliver strong and stable majority government that is capable of getting things done in my home state of Tasmania. It's broken up into a number of headings, and I'll go through those in a little bit more detail as I move through here. But clearly this election was one of the most important that my state has faced in probably a generation. Notwithstanding that we understand, and Will Hodgman understands, the challenges that Tasmania faces are not going to be fixed overnight, but there is a long-term plan that he has in place for Tasmania's future. We do not want to be a state that has a handshake with the palm facing upwards continually. We want to be able to fend for ourselves. Tasmania has done it in the past. We can do it again. We will do that by delivering strong and stable majority government, a government that is building a modern economy to create jobs, getting rid, and I refer to the theme that you're seeing in the federal arena at the moment, building a modern economy, cutting red tape and green tape to encourage investment. Now, I would refer to the economic growth plan that we outlined during the course of the federal election campaign, and one of the key announcements during that campaign was for the Tasmanian Major Projects Approval Agency, which will be located in Launceston, in the electorate of my colleague, the member for Bass, but it will be a one-stop shop for major projects. And some people may be aware that there has been one major project in the north of the state, the pulp mill, which has been vilified, it has been undermined from day one. This sort of agency will avoid those sort of things in the future. Will Hodgman is about fixing the budget. I just want to touch briefly on the budget of Tasmania. And I think probably the best example of where my state has gone wrong in recent years would be the budget that former Premier Giddings brought down in 2010-11, when referring to the 2012-13 budget. There was a forecast, Deputy Speaker, of a $57 million surplus. But in reality, and they were good words, and I think every Tasmanian was wholeheartedly behind the Premier at that time in seeing Tasmania's budget reset on a course to delivering more sustainability. But what actually happened? Deputy Speaker, was that we delivered the biggest deficit the state had ever seen, $358 million. I just don't understand how we could have got it so wrong. But Will Hodgman has a plan. The focus will be, and I note also in the last couple of days, from day one, on the Sunday after the election, he's met with the heads of his department. He is starting to put in place the things that need to be done. There is a framework, as I mentioned, that he will be rebuilding the Tasmanian economy, re-establishing confidence in competent and capable government, and that they are the following: providing strong and stable majority government to get things done, not being beholden to secondary parties, not being able to have to negotiate with others, being able to make clear decisions for which this government has a mandate, making Tasmania an attractive place to investment, building a modern economy and rebuilding essential services. Thank you, Deputy Speaker.